Most people already know what the AR-15 can do. It is light, popular, easy to modify, and backed by a huge parts market. But the Ruger Mini-14 has something different going for it. It does not need to look modern to be useful. It has spent years on farms, ranches, back roads, and hunting trips because it is simple, fast, and familiar. That is why this debate is not as one-sided as many AR fans think. When you look past the hype, the Mini-14 starts making a stronger case. So today, we are counting down 8 reasons why this classic rifle may be more versatile than the AR-15. Number 1. The stealth factor that keeps you under the radar. Walk through any suburban neighborhood or public park border with an AR-15 slung over your shoulder and you're going to get nervous looks. You will probably trigger phone calls to local police. The black tactical aesthetic of the AR-15 platform immediately signals military combat or law enforcement operations to most civilians. It is an intimidating presence that draws intense scrutiny whether you want it to or not. Now picture the exact same scenario with a Ruger Mini-14. The classic wooden stock, the blued steel, and the traditional hunting rifle silhouette blends seamlessly into normal American sporting culture. Your neighbors see a traditional deer hunter heading out for the season, not a tactical operator preparing for urban warfare. This crucial visual distinction matters far more than most modern gun owners realize. The versatility advantage here goes well beyond mere social acceptance. In many hunting situations, particularly when accessing private land or crossing property lines, the appearance of your rifle directly impacts your welcome. Landowners, who might immediately refuse to allow someone with a black tactical rifle on their property, often view traditional-looking firearms as perfectly normal, acceptable sporting equipment. During hunting seasons across the Midwest and the Northeast, you will see thousands of Mini-14s resting comfortably in deer camps and farmhouse gun racks. They perfectly fit the cultural context of American hunting heritage in ways that modern tactical rifles simply don't. This cultural compatibility opens doors and opportunities that AR-15 owners often don't even know they're missing out on. The stealth factor extends to transportation and storage as well. A Mini-14 secured in a standard soft rifle case draws absolutely minimal attention during transport. Airport security personnel, hotel staff, and local law enforcement see traditional hunting rifle cases as routine sporting equipment. The exact same cannot always be said for hard-sided tactical cases, which frequently trigger additional scrutiny and delays. In states with highly restrictive firearms laws, this aesthetic difference can directly impact legal compliance and enforcement attitudes. While both rifles may theoretically be legal in a given jurisdiction, the traditional, non-threatening appearance of the Mini-14 often results in much less aggressive enforcement attention and significantly fewer complications during routine interactions with authorities in the field. Number 2. Battlefield-proven reliability that powers through the worst conditions. When Bill Ruger set out to design the Mini-14, he didn't start from scratch with unproven concepts. He directly took the legendary, proven operating system of the Moon-Garand and the M14 rifle's actions that had already demonstrated their unstoppable reliability through the horrific conditions of 2 world wars and Korea. This wasn't experimental technology. This was a scaled-down, highly refined version of America's most combat-tested rifle action. The gas system of the Mini-14 operates with a mechanical simplicity that borders on elegant. Gas pressure drives a massive operating rod, which forcefully cycles the action and aggressively ejects the spent cartridge. There is no direct impingement system forcing hot, filthy gases and carbon fouling directly back into the bolt carrier group. There are no delicate buffer tubes sticking out the back that can be bent or compromised. It is just a straightforward, incredibly robust mechanical system that works. Take a look at the freezing brush of Alaska, the wet timber of the Pacific Northwest, or the muddy fields of a Midwestern farm. In these specific environments, rifles face driving rain, freezing mud, and heavy debris. The open Garand-style action of the Mini-14 powers through ice, snow, and heavy mud beautifully. It operates with a robust, heavy mechanical energy that violently clears out debris, allowing the gun to function flawlessly with minimal maintenance even after extended periods in harsh backwoods conditions. Modern AR-15 platforms have undeniably improved significantly from their early designs, but they still require more frequent internal cleaning than Mini-14 rifles when exposed to the elements. The AR's direct impingement system inherently introduces massive carbon contamination deep into the action with every shot fired. Carbon buildup affects bolt function, extraction becomes less reliable, and overall system performance degrades much more rapidly than comparable Mini-14 usage in the woods. For grueling ranch work, where rifles might get bounced around in a truck cab and go months between detailed cleanings, this reliability difference becomes critical. Cattle operations and general farm work demand firearms that function reliably with zero pampering. The Mini-14's proven track record spans decades of consistent performance across every harsh climate found in the American landscape. Number 3. Purpose-built advantages for serious hunting applications. The Mini-14 was designed from the very beginning as a sporting rifle first and a tactical platform second. This specific design philosophy shows up in every single aspect of its construction and handling, particularly in hunting applications where the AR-15 platform often feels clunky or falls short of optimal performance. Weight distribution represents the first major advantage. The Mini-14 balances beautifully and naturally for offhand shooting, with the weight perfectly centered between your hands rather than awkwardly concentrated in the receiver extension and magazine well like an AR. After hours of still hunting through thick timber or glassing steep ridgelines, this distinct balance advantage drastically reduces shooter fatigue and helps maintain offhand accuracy throughout long hunting days. The traditional stock configuration provides a highly superior cheek weld and a completely natural point of aim for hunters trained on conventional sporting rifles. The vast majority of American hunters learn to shoot on classic bolt-action rifles with similar stock geometry to the Ruger. The Mini-14 feels immediately familiar and comfortable against the shoulder, while AR-15 platforms often require relearning basic shooting mechanics, adjusting to unnatural heights over bore, and developing completely new muscle memory. Ammunition selection offers another massive hunting advantage. While the classic Mini-14 shines with premium .223 Remington hunting bullets designed specifically for game animals, the platform's expansion into the Mini-30 in 7.62 by 39mm and newer models in .300 blackout provides access to a fantastic spectrum of medium game hunting loads. The 7.62 by 39mm and .300 blackout cartridges deliver substantially more energy at typical hunting distances within brush country, offering much better penetration and highly reliable expansion on medium to large game like white-tailed deer or feral hogs. While AR-15 platforms can absolutely be built for these heavier calibers, hunting with the classic Ruger profile remains significantly more natural in the hands. You get the hard-hitting terminal ballistics of a brush gun without carrying a tactical loadout. Scope mounting on the Mini-14 provides rock-solid, repeatable precision for hunting applications. The receiver-mounted integral scope bases on the ranch models eliminate the handguard flex issues that can frequently ruin AR-15 accuracy during extended shooting sessions. Once properly zeroed in those rugged Ruger rings, Mini-14 scopes maintain their tight settings through thousands of rounds and years of rough use. Number 4. Legal compliance advantages that keep you shooting everywhere. In the increasingly complex, frustrating landscape of American firearms regulations, the Mini-14 navigates restrictive legal hurdles much more easily than AR-15 platforms in nearly every jurisdiction. This legal versatility directly translates to massive practical advantages for shooters living in restrictive states or those who simply travel frequently across state borders for hunts. The most obvious advantage appears immediately in assault weapon ban jurisdictions. While specific state laws vary wildly, most political restrictions focus heavily on cosmetic features like protruding pistol grips, collapsible or folding stocks, threaded barrels, flash hiders, and bayonet lugs. The traditional, featureless wooden configuration of the standard Mini-14 typically avoids every single one of these prohibited features while actively delivering equivalent ballistic performance to restricted, Neutered AR variants. In heavily regulated states like California, New York, New Jersey, and Connecticut, where assault weapon laws significantly limit or completely ban standard AR-15 configurations, standard Mini-14 ranch rifles remain fully legal with minimal restrictions. Hunters and competitive shooters in these states can walk into a store, purchase, own, and effectively use Mini-14 rifles without having to navigate complex legal compliance requirements or settling for expensive ARs with bizarre fin grips. The compliance advantage extends far beyond state laws down to local and municipal restrictions. Many cities and counties that strictly prohibit or restrict military-style black rifles specifically exempt traditional hunting rifles from their ordinances. The Mini-14's warm, sporting appearance and undeniable hunting heritage almost always place it completely outside the scope of local tactical rifle bans. For active shooters who travel across state lines for multi-gun competitions or guided hunts, the Mini-14 provides ultimate confidence in legal compliance. Rather than spending hours researching specific AR-15 configuration laws for each destination state, Mini-14 owners can travel with the absolute confidence that their traditional sporting rifle meets strict legal requirements in virtually all American jurisdictions. The legal advantages extend to future-proofing your investment against rapidly changing regulations. As political attitudes toward firearms constantly shift, traditional hunting rifles like the Mini-14 enjoy much broader public support and political protection than modern tactical platforms. This deep cultural acceptance provides some level of insurance against future legislative bans that specifically target military-style rifles. Number 5. Maintenance simplicity that absolutely any shooter can master. Strip down an AR-15 for cleaning, and you are immediately dealing with dozens of tiny, small parts, delicate springs, and microscopic detents that love to permanently disappear across the workshop floor. The AR bolt carrier group alone contains multiple small components that require extremely careful assembly, specific lubrication points, and rigid procedures. Add in fragile gas rings, extractor springs, firing pin retaining pins, and complex bolt extension assemblies, and you have a frustrating maintenance procedure that intimidates many casual shooters. Now, basic field strip a Ruger Mini-14. Remove the trigger group simply by popping the trigger guard open. Pull the bolt and massive operating rod assembly straight back and lift it out of the receiver. You are done. You now have complete, unimpeded access to every single component that requires regular cleaning or field maintenance. Total basic disassembly time is well under 2 minutes, even for a beginner. While deep maintenance of the front gas block requires specialized tools and strict torque specs, basic field stripping requires absolutely no tools whatsoever. The simplicity perfectly extends to the internal parts count. The Mini-14 bolt assembly uses drastically fewer parts than an AR. Fewer moving parts strictly mean fewer points of failure, vastly simpler troubleshooting, and much easier field repairs when time is of the essence. This tool-free basic maintenance capability provides massive advantages for backcountry hunters, long-distance travelers, and rural shooters who desperately need to maintain their rifles away from fully equipped workshops. The entire field strip process can be completed on a truck tailgate in a hunting camp, at a dirty range bench, or in any remote location with adequate lighting. Parts availability and deep interchangeability offer another highly practical advantage. Many critical Mini-14 components safely interchange between completely different production years and variations. This brilliant parts compatibility dramatically simplifies maintenance and reduces long-term ownership frustrations compared to AR platforms, where precise specifications, buffer weights, and gas lengths change constantly between hundreds of different manufacturers and generations. The learning curve for proper Mini-14 maintenance is dramatically shorter than equivalent AR-15 training. Completely new shooters can master the field disassembly and reassembly process in a single training session. This easy accessibility highly encourages regular maintenance and helps new shooters develop a much better mechanical understanding of their rifle's function and operation. Number 6. Ammunition flexibility across every single shooting discipline. The Mini-14 platform's remarkable ammunition versatility extends far beyond simple cartridge compatibility. This rugged rifle reliably digests everything from cheap steel-cased plinking rounds to heavy, premium match bullets with equal reliability, providing shooters with excellent options that finicky AR-15 platforms sometimes struggle to match without adjustable gas blocks. In the standard .223 Remington and 5.56 NATO configurations, the modern Mini-14 handles an incredible spectrum of bullet weights. The robust Garand-style gas system aggressively powers through different pressure curves and bullet weights without requiring any manual adjustments or specialized aftermarket buffer components. This fantastic self-regulating capability means shooters can instantly switch between wildly different ammunition types with absolute confidence in reliable feeding and extraction. The platform's availability in chamberings like 7.62 by 39 mm through the Mini-30 and the modern .300 Blackout opens up ammunition possibilities that cover nearly every practical hunting and defensive need. From fast-moving defensive loads through heavy, hard-hitting hunting bullets, the Mini platform provides access to a highly diverse cartridge selection in the sporting market. This immense ammunition flexibility translates directly to true application versatility, allowing the same basic rifle platform to serve effectively for varmint control, big game hunting, and rugged property defense. Military surplus ammunition provides another crucial area where the Mini-14 excels. The rifle's heavy hammer spring and robust firing pin were specifically designed to forcefully ignite hard military primers and function with surplus powders. This excellent capability allows budget-conscious shooters to confidently take advantage of cheap surplus ammunition deals, including hard-primed steel case ammo that might cause light strikes or fail to function reliably in more tightly toleranced AR platforms. The ammunition tolerance proudly extends to adverse storage conditions and aged cartridges as well. Mini-14 rifles continue functioning reliably with ammunition that has been improperly stored for decades, exposed to massive temperature extremes, or physically degraded. This brute force reliability with compromised ammunition provides undeniable advantages in emergency preparedness situations or when burning through inherited ammunition of unknown age. Number 7. Living history that connects generations of American shooters. The Mini-14 represents a highly direct, tangible lineage to America's greatest military rifles, proudly carrying forward the legendary engineering legacy of John Garand's masterpiece through Bill Ruger and L. James Sullivan's brilliant civilian adaptation. This deep historical connection provides profound cultural and practical value that sterile, modern tactical rifles simply cannot replicate, regardless of their impressive technical capabilities. Understanding the deep historical significance begins with recognizing the Garand's massive impact on American military history. General George S. Patton famously called it the greatest battle implement ever devised. This iconic rifle and its M14 descendant literally won World War II, the Korean War, and served with immense distinction in conflicts worldwide. The Mini-14 proudly carries this proven, battle-tested DNA in every forged component, every wood grain, and every single shot fired. Dedicated collectors and firearms historians rightly recognize the Mini-14 as a massively significant milestone in American firearms development. As the absolute first highly successful civilian adaptation of this specific military rifle technology, it perfectly bridges the gap between rich military heritage and practical sporting application. Early production rifles from the 1970s already command serious collector interest, with certain rare variations bringing premium prices at national auctions. The generational appeal extends far beyond mere safe queen collecting value. Fathers, grandfathers, and veterans who carried Garands or M14 rifles in active military service feel immediate, comfortable familiarity with the Mini-14's manual of arms. This beautiful connection allows critical knowledge transfer between generations in ways that modern platforms cannot duplicate. Training a young shooter on a Mini-14 directly connects them to decades of proud American military tradition. Manufacturing heritage adds another rich layer of historical significance to the platform. Ruger's historic factory represents old-school, blue-collar American gunmaking, originally staffed with craftsmen who learned their vital trade from the exact generation that built weapons for the Second World War. The heavy attention to detail and robust manufacturing quality directly reflects strict standards developed during wartime production. Number 8. Economic advantages that help you avoid the tactical money pit. The total cost of ownership for a Mini-14 platform often heavily favors smart shooters over the long term when directly compared to the accessory-driven culture of AR-15 configurations. This distinct economic advantage extends well beyond the rifle itself to include upgrade avoidance, reliable value retention, and long-term satisfaction. While it is absolutely true that initial purchase prices for bare bones, budget AR-15s have dropped significantly lower than a new Ruger, a standard Mini-14 provides a completely finished, ready-to-go wood-stocked rifle straight out of the box. You buy it, you load it, and you are completely done. This contrasts incredibly sharply with modern AR-15 culture, where the initial cheap rifle purchase usually represents just the starting point of an extensive, highly expensive modification project. The AR tactical accessory money pit is very real. Shooters frequently turn a $500 base AR-15 into a $2,000 massive investment by endlessly swapping out handguards, pistol grips, buttstocks, trigger groups, buffer weights, and optic mounts before the gun ever sees a deer camp. The Mini-14 successfully bypasses this expensive compulsion entirely. Its classic configuration encourages shooters to simply buy ammunition and practice, rather than constantly shopping for the next expensive modular upgrade. Maintenance costs strictly favor the Mini-14 through its incredibly robust construction and longer service intervals between major parts replacement. The heavy-duty design tolerances mean bolt components, extractors, and springs generally outlast comparable lightweight AR parts. When you factor in the sheer longevity of the cold hammer-forged barrel and the heavy steel receiver, the Mini-14 is a rifle built to literally outlast its owner. Resale values for Mini-14 rifles remain incredibly stable across decades of continuous ownership. Unlike rapidly evolving AR platforms, where older keymod rails or outdated configurations quickly become obsolete and lose value, Mini-14 rifles strictly retain their functional worth and aesthetic appeal regardless of age. A used Mini-14 from 1985 holds its value today just as well as a brand new model off the shelf. This remarkable value stability provides intense confidence that today's rifle purchase will maintain significant financial worth decades into the future. The economic advantages beautifully extend to your training and practice costs as well. Because the rifle avoids the need for constant accessorizing, your shooting budget can be fully redirected toward actual ammunition and range time. In the long run, the shooter who buys one quality Mini-14 and spends the rest of their money on practice ammo will always be vastly more capable than the shooter with a safe full of half-finished, expensive AR-15 projects. So there you have it. The Ruger Mini-14 beats the AR-15 for shooters who value true versatility over tactical aesthetics. It gives you stealth, proven Garand-style reliability, purpose-built hunting advantages, and easy legal compliance. Plus, it offers simple maintenance, ammunition flexibility, living history, and skips the endless tactical accessory money pit. While the gun world obsesses over building AR-15s like adult Legos, the Mini-14 quietly delivers undeniable performance from Alaskan camps to Texas ranges. For one perfectly balanced rifle that handles everything without constant tweaking, the Mini-14 deserves a spot in your safe. Hit subscribe for more.